Hi, this is Pariah Omega. I want to talk about the vast majority of inkwells. Most inkwells, meaning somebody who cannot be unsingle. Most of these guys are average looking dudes. And when I say average, I mean guys that are not deformed. That's what I mean by average. I'm not necessarily saying somebody that is necessarily strikingly attractive, though there are perhaps cases where the inkwell may be slightly above average or maybe average and can't get his looks match. So most of these guys are at least normal looking in appearance. And a lot of people don't understand, including it seems like parents and siblings, that just because you don't look deformed does not mean that you are automatically qualified for being good looking to the vast majority of women. I have a personal example. When I was hanging out with some church people, there was this chick, and I'll be honest with you, she wasn't my type. Kind of, okay, she was overweight, okay? She definitely wasn't my type, but she would hit on me sometimes. This is just an example of what I'm getting at. So, in many cases, the inkwell's normal looking, and sometimes it may have some women hitting on them, but the women are those that they're not attracted to. Sometimes you attract maybe what you are, and sometimes you also will attract a woman that is perhaps below your looks level. This does happen with some inkwells. Of course, I'm not speaking for every inkwell, because a lot of inkwells have probably never experienced any female attention. I had this experience a while back. Well, it was a girl anyway. She was staring at me, but it was like a hypnotic, like, I want to let you know. But anyway, the problem is, I don't think we'll just say I don't think she was in her 30s. We'll just say that. So I was like, no. Anyway, I've had that experience happen very, very rarely, and even then I question it. I had this experience with this 40-year-old chick. She was in her 40s. I was around some friends. They weren't really friends, of course, but she started smooching me here and there, hitting on me and stuff. But my personal perspective on women is sometimes they hit on guys they're not actually attracted to. As to why, I don't know. It's really mind-boggling why they would do that, but sometimes it is the case. But, I haven't had a relationship in 16 years. The last relationship I had only lasted a month, maybe a month and a half. It was 16 years ago, 2008, coming on the close of 2009. She was a brunette. She weighed, I got really good memory, so she weighed 150 pounds. Now, she wasn't obese. She was like, she had Latina in her, okay? Brunette, busty, blue eyes, nice looking. That was, in my teen years, the best looking chick I ever dated. And that was the only chick I dated in my teen years. When I was 14, that was the only chick. And I will say this. Because of years of rejection, I was extremely awkward in the relationship anyway, to begin with. And she told me, she started trying to find a way to break up with me without actually breaking up. She goes, nice guys finish last. And I feel like I'm kissing my brother. And it kind of pissed me off, honestly. But, so I was 14, and she was 16, getting ready to turn 17. And she had this friend. It was crazy. Her friend was 23, named Holly, blonde. Anyway, her friend, 3 years old, talking about wanting to have a three-way street, and my girlfriend at the time, she's like, nah, I don't feel comfortable with that. Anyway, this chick, she looks at me, I stay the night with her, and she goes, I think I'm falling in love with you. And I start laughing. I met her at a certain place. I won't go into details on that. But anyway, she asked if I wanted her number. At first, I was like, nah. She's like, are you sure? Because this is the only time I'm asking. I said, okay. So, she gave me her number. She lived 33 miles from me. Came and picked me up. Stayed a few nights. I slept in the same bed with her. And it was the most euphoric feeling I ever had, like this feeling of love and, feeling like I belonged for the very first time, because I didn't have any luck with women, not even at that age. So she was the first chick that I had some kind of success with. And anyway, we stayed 2 or 3 nights, and when we were in bed together, she, hugged me. It was a wonderful feeling. And the thing is, a lot of inkwells that have a lot of bitterness and hatred towards women. And when I say women, and women do this too. When I say women, I'm talking about women that guys are attracted to, that I'm attracted to. And this is the case with women. When they talk about hating men, what they're actually talking about is men they consider good looking. They're not talking about the majority man who is unattractive to them. That doesn't even enter in their mind. And it's the same for us guys. Some of us and some of these inkwells, when they say they hate women, in general, they're talking about women they are attracted to, but they cannot get with. Okay? So let's just, put that out there. So, yeah, a lot of the hatred, the vast majority of men, normal-looking men, not necessarily, deformed, just bland. The vast majority of these men, they do have a hatred for women, and that, and I'm calling the kettle black, because that hatred's in me too, and I'm trying to work on it. I really am, but the reason they hate women is because they have very little to no experience with being loved by a woman. And that does have a negative effect on your brain, on your mental stability. Because when you're constantly out in public and you're constantly being reminded that you're not shit, it's going to have a negative effect on you. So, and if you are intelligent enough to read body language, you'll see even the tiniest detail, the micro expressions women will give you. They're twiddling their fingers, getting all nervous. Believe me, I've had this experience several times. I've tried to talk to women, random casual talk when I'm buying my food, not saying anything inappropriate, and start doing that. Twiddling their fingers, start twirling their hair, getting all nervous, and I notice it. And I play dumb about it. But women do not like it when unattractive-looking men strike up a conversation. So, but yeah, most of us inkwells, normal looking. Now, me, myself, I'm not saying I'm normal looking, and I'm not even saying I'm above average. I kind of question the legitimacy of my own physical appearance, because, I've been told that I'm ugly. I have, by people I didn't know all my life, for most of my life. Perhaps I'm deformed in the face. I do have some facial asymmetry. One eye is bigger, and, TMJ issues, so maybe I am deformed. I don't really know. Sometimes I see it, other times I don't. Maybe it's body dysmorphia in the face, or maybe I am deformed. I don't know. But, so, yeah. That's just how it is with nature, and I'm willing to acknowledge that there might be a tiny influence on social media. I'm not going to say that with 110%, though. I think even if that is the case, the vast majority of what is causing equaldom is just a product of the natural order. So people want to breed with good genetics, and those who don't have good genetics don't get to fall in love, I guess, or breed. This is Pariah Omega.